Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, welcoming you to a solar eclipse and new moon in Aries reading. These two events are happening within minutes of each other on April 20th and 21st, depending on where you are in the world. On the west coast of the U.S., we're experiencing it on the 20th in the morning. So let's get started with your overall energy. And Gemini, we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is about your independence, your material independence for sure. This is about you gaining abundance on your own terms, in your own space, creating your own stability and comfort, your own luxury, if you will, and the ability to enjoy that. At the same time that you are in a position to invest in others. This kind of abundance that you have earned, that you are enjoying, is giving you the desire to be generous, and thus you are clear that you can invest in those opportunities that do not destabilize what it is you've built for yourself. This is a beautiful card of accomplishment and enjoying that accomplishment, feeling comfortable and safe in your own abundant space. In the card for the moon, we have the Ten of Swords. And this is really relevant because the solar eclipse globally is about where we're coming from, what we've learned throughout this pandemic. And clearly with the Ten of Swords, you have really looked at your own behaviors. You've looked at the patterns of your behaviors. You've taken responsibility for your role in any failures or disappointments you've experienced, and you've released those, understanding that these, in fact, were not only lessons, but they were gifts, that these hardships, these disappointments have actually created the conditions that you're experiencing right now. And in that way, they were necessary. They're also about your being able to see and understand clearly those things, situations, and relationships that you must release, that you are no longer in alignment, that in fact you can separate yourself from. And of course, that does not mean that you are literally cutting people out of your life. It could, but it more means that you show compassion, because if you are recognizing that the lessons learned have benefited you, then you are able to release these lessons, these relationships with love, with compassion, with gratitude, and with self-forgiveness. The position of the sun, we have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is really about the way that you are now coming into this momentous energy, into a world that has changed as a changed person. Your journey of healing has helped you to create a practice of deeply understanding what you've learned and applying that new understanding to your current conditions. In so doing, you are now in a place where you recognize your progress, your deep growth, and you are formulating a mantra, a prayer to maintain this spiritual development, this growth, this gratitude for having made it through these struggles and here to tell the tale. I heard a story of knights coming back from the crusade and actually returning to their home temple, chapel, and giving gratitude, laying down their sword, the sword that helped them survive the treacherous wars that they were involved in, and giving gratitude for having made it. and that being the beginning of a new spiritual life, a new spiritual experience, and a new path of living in a spiritual, nonviolent way. In the present, we have the Eight of Wands, and this is really exhibiting the energy of the world right now, Gemini. The heat is on, the world is on fire, needing the authenticity that you are now prepared to bring. Yes, you've been stripped down, you have given up a lot, you've released a lot of old baggage, old patterns, but you now have a greater sense of your authentic truth, who you are, and what is serving you as you move forward. And to that end, you're receiving a lot of news, information, new alliances, new communications that are helping you to move ideas forward, actions forward with others in a way that can have a tremendous and a successful impact. In your past, we have the Two of Swords. And this is a similar message that all of us have been receiving. It is the ability to be honest with yourself that is the tool that has gotten you through these many years of global healing, this pandemic, this change and shift of the world, this long winter, this period of isolation that we've all struggled through. In your ability to remove the blindfolds and look at your part in all of the difficulties or challenges you're experiencing, you have learned who you truly are, what your truth is, and really been honest about what has been limiting you in the past, with a willingness to move forward, to stand on your truth in the future, in the present, and in the future. And in your future, we have the Ten of Cups. This is a second 10, and this is beautiful because it's a confirmation of the deep change, the rebirth that you're experiencing, letting go of old truths, old ideas of the truth, old failures and disappointments, old regrets. You have really released this ability to recognize the opportunity in every single one of these heartaches you've experienced. You have healed yourself. You have allowed your grieving to fill your cups of love, to forgive yourself, to forgive others involved. In so doing, you have created this new community of abundance, this ability to recognize wealth as non-material, and the willingness and ability to share this with others in a way that creates this change, turns this negative experiencing into one of positivity for everyone. The ability to share your experiences, to celebrate your ability to overcome, to share, to grow together, to support one another is what is changing your world and what is about coming into this period with this new authenticity of growth. I'm going to clarify the Eight of Pentacles in the present with the Four of Wands, another Four, and the Justice card. The Four of Wands is really about the celebration of the growth and progress you've made, not simply for yourself, not simply because you have survived these wars, whatever wars, battles, struggles that you have that have dominated your past, that you once had given over to, but you are recognizing that in releasing these untruths, you are taking responsibility for the things that are helping you to lay a foundation that allows you and your community to grow and flourish. This is about a cultural, a social, even an emotional foundation that is about celebrating the opportunities that you have. Justice really puts your focus as the only major arcana in this reading on balancing the inequities in your world in the world, in your experience, and not only addressing those on your own behalf, but recognizing how they resonate in your community, in your world, in a way that empowers you and others to address them, to rebalance the scales, to address the inequities and seek the redress and justice that you are owing. I hope this reading has been helpful to you. If it resonates for you, Gemini, please like and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all the love, support, and comments that you share with me. So, I pulled fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. I thank you for your time. I hope this has been helpful. And until next time, namaste.